All right, guys. Today we got a special guest in the house. I'm talking rapper, producer. He like 6'9", 400 pounds. He will choke slam you. Okay, like this man is serious. I'm talking about the one and only King Magnetic.
What up?
What's good, bro?
Yeah. Chilling, you know.
First of all,
doing the single mom thing.
Nightwalker wanted me to ask you. Nightwalker wanted me to ask you if you're Jewish.
I literally am. That's the crazy part. I'm adopted.
Are you really?
Right? So yeah, I'm adopted. Look, you can't make this shit up. My birth mother was Jewish, right? Got pregnant by a black dude. I got put up for adoption and adopted by Germans.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
Crazy, bro. You almost like the gangster Drake.
People don't believe me. What's that?
You almost like the gangster Drake.
Oh no. Let's not do that. I'm not gangster at all, man. Anything choking, shooting, robbing, it's all allegedly, bro. I'm just a rapper, man.
Allegedly, right. We know that you most of the time you always with your kids, living the family life and everything, man. So, you know,
for sure,
doing your job, bro. So let's start at the beginning.
We gotta do it. I mean,
right. So let's start at the beginning. So you're originally from Allentown, Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, I'm from Allentown.
You born there?
Nah, I was born out Penn State, with technically called State College. I was born there, but like I said, I got adopted. So when I got adopted, you know, my family was out in Allentown. So I mean, I lived in Allentown since I was a month old type shit.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
So did you grow up with any siblings?
I had some stepbrothers after a while, you know. My mom's only kid. And then when she got remarried, I was about like 8 or 9, something like that. And, you know, my step-pops had 3 kids. So, you know, I got 3 stepbrothers. And then my adopted pops, he had 2 more kids. But like, I ain't talked to them in 20 years. Maybe one of them like 15 years ago. My pops like 20 years ago, something like that. So, I mean, technically I got kind of some, and then, you know, birth parents, I don't even know. It's possible. I'd hate to think there's more of me running around.
So were you being raised knowing that you were adopted, or like you found out like at 18 or something like that?
Nah, I found out pretty young. Because number one, even though I am half white, know what I'm saying? But like, I got adopted by white people. So I was like, yo, why? You know, at first I didn't really notice, you know, because my mom has all types of friends. So we was chilling with Spanish people, black people, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But by the time I'm hitting school, I was like, yo, so like, why is my whole family white though? And then she just, you know, I was a pretty smart kid, high IQ and shit. So she just broke it down. I was like, all right, cool. Like it wasn't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely a blessing.
How would you describe?
My bad. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying.
No, you go ahead. You said it was a blessing?
It was definitely a blessing because, you know, my biological pops dipped out soon as Shorty was pregnant. I mean, they was fucking, you know, teenagers. And then her family was fucking racist. So they don't even know I was born. That's another, like, the whole shit is kind of crazy, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know, I got put in a stable situation. You know what I mean? So
right.
Definitely helped out a lot.
So from a young age though, did you feel like any different or anything like that? Like knowing that like you were growing up biracial and you were adopted?
I mean, compared to what though? You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't know what the different feeling is. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like if you notice a difference when you have two different situations, but I only had that situation, so I don't know any different. And so it felt normal to me.
So so you never like compared to like your friends or anything like that.
Nah,
That's good then.
nah, not really. Plus, a lot of them had fucked up situations, and that's when divorces started spiking up. So like half my friends' parents were divorced. That the divorce thing was more different than the adoption shit, at least to me, because that's all I've ever known. But even then, like so many families were, splitting up and shit. It all just seemed normal. I don't know.
Got you. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, because like a lot of times when people grow up biracial, they usually say like one side will treat them like you're not white enough, and the other side will treat them like you're not black enough or something like that. So like you didn't have like any of those kind of like identity kind of feelings or anything like that growing up.
I mean, I dealt with it. I dealt with it because motherfuckers was definitely racist. Even some family members caught subtle little hints. You know what I mean? Like they try to crack a little joke. I'm like, oh word. And even some like slip ups. Like my one grandpa said some shit. We're at the dinner table. I was like 7 or 8, and he was talking about my cousin. He's like, yeah, he got him sweating like a nigga in a cotton field. That's how they talk. So, but yo, everybody else stopped and was like, what the fuck? In my pops like, yo, what the fuck, man? But dude was like, and dude felt bad then, but that's how he talked. You know what I'm saying? That he wasn't even trying to be racist. Like that's how ingrained that shit is. You know what I mean? And I've peeped that with a lot of people over time. And I mean, I like racism. It's hilarious to me. You know what I'm saying? So anything you can make a meme out of, I'm here for it.
Why do you say that?
Cause I be on my troll shit. I be online a lot. Like I'm not the type of dude that would have a Facebook or an Instagram if it wasn't for music. But now I've been on them shit so long, you know what I'm saying? I can't help but like be on there trolling, fucking with people. I love a good meme. I have my man shout out Tone Spliff. Now I mean he'll throw my face on it. I think you seen one the other day, and he
Yeah, I
be
did.
slapping my face on shit and make it funnier. Yeah, I'm a silly dude, man. Especially I spent a lot of time in jail and prison and shit, and even there, I can't take shit super serious because if you want me to be super serious, then it's gonna be a fucking problem all the time, and I already spaz out enough. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So I gotta get my chuckles in, bro.
What did your parents do for work when you were growing up?
My mom is a retired school teacher, so she taught like 30 some years, something like that in Allentown. And then my step pops like worked at some factory. He was like a supervisor at some factory and shit. So, you know what I mean? Like middle class,
Mhm.
chilling. You know what I mean?
Working class. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I went to the white boys school. Like they had like where we lived at is like if you go up 6 blocks, that's the border between, Allen High and Parkland. So I went to Parkland until 11th grade. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of motherfuckers at Parkland was like up, up. You know what I mean? Like we was good, but a lot of these motherfuckers was rich. Or rich to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah. Nah, I can appreciate I was never poor until I had to do it all myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. How would you describe like yourself as a kid though? Like were you really quiet? Were you social or were you like funny the way you are now?
Uh a mix of it. A mix of it. I was into sports a lot. and really like finding hustles. You know what I mean? I did, I had a newspaper route back in the day. Shovel motherfuckers driveway and shit, cut grass, anything like that. Fucking I started like collecting baseball cards. I get the price guide and start hustling and trading and flipping and you know what I'm saying? And that shit just kind of carried over into everything else I did, whether it was street shit, music shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean I can be a little animated at times, but you know, I guess that
So
happens.
so what sports were you into?
I played baseball for like 8 years. I played football for like 4, but I was so big that I couldn't play like in the youth leagues, you know what I mean? So like when I started playing, I played for the freshman team when I was in 7th grade. So you know what I mean? I played freshman, 7th, 8th, ninth, and then 10th grade I played JV varsity and shit. And then 11th grade I was robbing niggas.
Damn. So did you ever like try to meet your birth parents or anything like that, or that was like never something?
No, I haven't. Actually, it's funny you asked that because my mom's recently she knows the lady, that hooked up the adoption and shit. And she still like works in that field and she has connects and whatever, and she'd be like connecting people. She's like, yo, do you wanna meet them? I'm like, ah, whatever. There was a time I kind of wanted to because I wanted to see if I had any blood brothers and sisters and shit like that. But I never really pushed the issue because like I didn't want to hurt my moms. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Know what I mean? Because she and I've seen a lot of other shit, whether it's hood shit, suburban shit, whatever. I've seen a lot of different families, and she helped me the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? So like I always felt like I didn't really need it. The only thing I wanted to know is like I said, like, do I have any brothers, sisters, shit like that? Like that'd be cool.
right.
But like besides that, like it's not like something was missing from me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
some people that in that situation, their upbringing might have been different too. You know what I mean? Like I was good with that. And like, yeah, I've never had a blood relative until I started having kids. And shit, we don't even know if all those are mine because my one baby mom's a smut.
You wow, you wow. Hold up. But um no, I totally understand
Why do
what
you
you're
think I got full custody, bro? Like how many dudes get full custody with no problems? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it
that's
makes you
true.
think. And
It's
not that I'm
hard.
not on my job, but yeah, it's wild out here.
But
I'm gonna
you're
scroll
right
up and
though.
take a
You know
look.
what I mean? Like a lot of people, they usually feel like something's missing, so they want to meet their birth parents or something like that. But like for your situation, like your adopted mom held you down. So I can understand from your perspective too, like not wanting her to feel like she wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? That
And
you
that's
very
yeah, you
considerate.
nailed it. See, you're a good listener, bro. I like that. I could talk to you for a while, man, because some motherfuckers don't listen, bro.